Hey guys, so before I start this video, this was a very spur of the moment thing, and I just kind of went with it, and I will apologize in advance. There's a lot of rambling here, but I do eventually show you what my setup looks like, so you will see that in this video, uh, and I'll go more into detail about that. But I just wanted to start this video out with just some stuff to know like ahead of time, like as far as like what the rules were for the like webcam setup, just so we could get that like out in the open here. So I'm literally reading like off of what the Discord rules had for the tournament. So rule number 1, all cards must be visible at all times. You may not move any part of your hand, graveyard, deck, or extra deck out of view of the camera. First offense will be a game loss, subsequent offenses will be automatic match losses. So cards must be clearly announced when they... Okay, yeah. So the main thing was just the view. The view was like the main thing that this video is going to go into. And then other rules are like just basic like match rules, like, yeah. And this was literally like the night after, well, it was like the same day, but it was like that night is when I like recorded this, because I was like starting to tear down my setup, and I was just like, let's make this video before we actually tear it down, because I'm not gonna put it back up until June. But yeah, enjoy the video, guys, and thanks for watching. Hey guys, Rustin here. I need to start making this a habit of mine every video at the very beginning, so just gonna get this out of the way. Cheers. So this was a video I was not planning on ever, well, I was planning to make it eventually. I wasn't planning on making it soon, but to give some context, I just got done with my second online tournament. This one was actually a GP. So the reason I'm making this video is because there was a few people who complained about webcam setups for the online tournament, which, based on the rules of the actual tournament, and then I'll actually get some cards out just to kind of show like what they preferred like webcams would look like. So the main thing was all cards had to be in view, and I have my side deck in here, and me personally, like, I kind of took that as like I should just keep where the side deck is like actually just in view, so I kind of put it like back here in the back right hand corner of my playmat, just that way it's always in view, but it's also like out of the way. It's also in the deck box, so I don't get confused with like my decks for some reason. If that ever happened, I'm very doubtful that would happen. Yeah, so all cards in your deck had to be in view. This is just a bunch of tokens. The main thing was having your decks in view, so like I would have my stone deck like right here, and I'd have my main deck like right here. Now granted, I have a bunch of stuff up on my monitors, so this is making it a lot darker than it normally would be, so let me drop that. There we go. There's some more light. Let's move this over. There we go. So yeah, this was basically like what my setup would look like. My mic was like off in the corner, but I have it like here explaining stuff for now. So the other major thing was like all cards in view, and then like your hand had to also be in view. So, you know, you would draw, and you just like look at your cards like here, like, you know, but it just, the main thing was I had to stay in view of the camera the whole time. So I'm actually going to pause the recording and show you what my usual setup looks like. So this is my typical setup. So imagine like if, okay, so yeah, I'll just scoot over. So there's a lot of people that had their webcams that were pointed straight down, which in casual games, completely fine. You know, no complaints. Like, I trust you, we're playing casual, there's no possible money or extra prizes online. But like, whenever you look at your hand, if you're, you know, still showing your hand, like, your opponent's gonna see it. But like, if you're kind of doing it where most people do casually, you know, you kind of bring it back, and, you know, my opponent would trust that I'm not doing anything, you know, shady or anything. But yeah, that's like more in, you know, casual, where there's not like, you know, money on the line or like an invite to Japan. And I completely understand why people are like complaining about that. There's cheaters in all, you know, walks of life, gaming included. I mean, like there's like that huge like, I wouldn't say scandal, but like the whole like kind of YouTube investigation on a recent like Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. That was like meme to hell. Like anyone in the TCG world, like you guys probably know about that. But yeah, like a camera view like this, great for like pack openings, great for like you know, playing casually. It's very easy to see the board. You can actually spread out like I can put my deck like all the way over here, because like it's a top-down view, so I can boost this up a lot farther. Whereas like for most webcam like tournaments, like if you do like the angle where it looks like you're actually like playing against someone, then I'll cut back to this other one. Whereas like if you're doing it like from this angle where you're kind of like if you were in a card shop or just at tables in general, like at a tournament, you kind of like, you don't really see your opponent's face, but you know, yeah, like this view is great because like if I'm doing something shady, like I'm just gonna swap a card out or something. Yeah, well, yes, my hand. There's no extra card in my hand. Yeah. I'm surprised I don't have a card on me. Like, well, I got this. This was something else that like I kind of like thought of at spur of the moment. And my deck is actually one of the ones that actually does this. Something handy to have on you is probably like some like blank cards to use as tokens. These are literally just like matte, like white, like make your own game cards or whatever I bought off Amazon. I use it for like some other tokens and stuff, but like my Umer that, you know, I like didn't read for its actual ability because I was doing some OTK shenanigans. Can actually like grab an opponent's card, so it's not, I can't exactly like reach into the camera on my opponent's side and then just like, okay, here's my card. So it is actually, that's a you know, a free tip for online tournaments. If your deck has anything that gives you like a card from your opponent or something, like have some blank tokens with you. But yeah, so like this is kind of the angle that you want to go for, at least for Force of Will like tournaments online, is this is kind of the angle you want to go for. Now casually, once again, go for the top-down view. I'm not gonna fault you if you're playing casually. So that all aside, I figure I'd show you kind of like what kind of setup I have going on. So let me just swap over to a little different camera. Alright guys, so here's the, and I sound a little further off because I moved my mic to where I would like have a position during the tournament. I actually have it like all the way across in the corner. I have a, you know, a wonderful Blue Yeti mic. Really, like you don't need something as expensive like my headphones. It has like the little like, you know, like mic or whatever attachment. But here's basically my setup. So I have a super cheap like USB what's the word? A USB webcam, and then I have a tripod that I literally bought off of Wish like months ago. And then I just have it like taped to a booster box, stacked on some Dragon Shield like sleeve boxes. The tape is really just there for support. I really just wanted to try this out to see like what the cheapest I could possibly make a little online online tournament rig or whatever for. And all in all, just because I bought off of Wish, it's running me like $25, $30. I'll actually pull up the price of the webcam. The webcam I bought is only $20. It shoots in 1080p, which perfectly fine. You're not gonna be able to like pump out like 4K across Discord unless you have Nitro, so a 1080p webcam is more than efficient. I'll kind of give you guys like the angle that went for here. Let's see. Yeah, it's not even. Actually, it's just awkward. I mean, you know what? I'm already done with the tournament. Next one's in June. This isn't gonna be sitting here forever. I'm just gonna go ahead and move it over. All right. So yeah, it was angled like this, and really like based on like what your actual like setup is going to be. You might have yours like further back. You might have yours like a little like lower to the ground or something. This was just the most like, it looked the most natural to me. So that's kind of what I went for. And you know, here's my other stuff. I just had like, you know, some like blank tokens, life pad, and yeah, this was actually like screwed like way over against the wall just because of like, you know, how I have everything positioned. You know, I got monitor, laptop. Hey Rustin. Yeah, hey, there you're on the other webcam. This is totally gonna sync up perfectly and not look really odd. And I have my like other monitor. But yeah, no, this is basically how my setup was. It super cheap. Like, if you have a decent laptop or like a decent computer, you can totally like participate in the next tournament. Just, you know, like look at this. I spent less than, you know, $30 on the actual like setup of the camera. Like, you can find boxes. You don't even have to get like a you know, fucking mount. Like I could have like found like a binder or something, or like a shoebox, and like clipped the actual webcam on there. I mean, like I still use tape, so like you could tape it somewhere. So if your excuse of like, I can't afford a webcam setup, or I, you know, don't really have the space to do this, like I can kind of get the space. Like, you know, I do have like a pretty like decent sized desk, but like there's people that they would get like how should I say it? They get like their kitchen table and set up there, or they would they get like a TV tray or something, and they would have their like webcam pointed at that. There's a guy using his phone. Like the excuse of I can't afford a rig, or I don't have the space, like sure, it's a sound argument, but like I did this on like the cheap of like a $30 rig, and I have it angled like perfectly to where it's all screwed now, but like I have it angled perfectly to where you can see my board state and everything. You can see my hand. So like this, in my opinion, this is kind of what you want to go for, is just get like a cheap webcam. I'll leave a link in the description. A tripod. I bought mine off of Wish, but I'll leave like an Amazon link or something. Alright, but that will about do it, guys. I really just wanted to like get this video out before I like get rid of this setup, because this obviously isn't going to be my normal setup. I'm not like playing like webcam games like all the time. I would like to, but like, you know, work is a thing, but I'd also like to play like physical games more. But like, as far as like tournaments go, online tournaments are great. You guys should hop on this before like, you know, COVID is like, you know, a thing of the past, and, you know, in-person tournaments start becoming the norm, because as much as I would love for these online tournaments to continue, I don't know if they're going to like continue past this year. Like a majority of people want to play in person. I would like to play in person, but like work and travel is like a struggle sometimes, depending on how far away it is. And I'd basically be like dumping vacation time to go and like possibly get my ass kicked. I'm not gonna lie. Like I loved playing this deck, but it was very much a Russian roulette thing. But if I went to like, if I had traveled for a GP, I would have like the desire to go in there with a super competitive deck and not like a dumb fun deck. And that was the reason why I really enjoyed this like online tournament. Is like, what am I doing? I'm at home, I'm playing cards. I dropped like $35 for entry. I get a bunch of promos that are worth it for participating. Like, I'm not really like at a loss here. I dropped one, you know, pay time off day for this. Like, it's worth it in my opinion. If you can drop $30 and that's just me assuming that, you know, this stand that is like $5 on Amazon. If you're up for dropping like $30, you have a decent computer, you have like a play area you can use, you guys should try it out. Like, if you enjoy Force of Will, get like a new Frontiers deck going. We even had like a guy that at this one who uses Star deck just to get the promos and just to get some games in. Like, mad respect for that guy. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I wouldn't. If I was like going to enter a tournament, I wouldn't enter with a Star deck unless like I was like super close by, because that's a bunch of travel. But playing online, it's like, what's the loss here? Like, there's no real loss. Like, the entry fee pays for the promos basically, and you get to jam a few games in with people that are kind of just like in the same boat as you. It's like, I don't have to travel for this. I can just play a super like fun deck. Like, it's so relaxed. Like, if anyone who plays Force of Will is like concerned about being super competitive, I will admit there are competitive people. There are people who want to win. I want to win, but like, I went in there with like more of a I'm gonna have fun mindset. I'm gonna try to win, but like, if I don't win, I don't care. Like, I'm at home. I'm just kind of enjoying my day playing Force of Will with a bunch of people. Like, there's no, like, I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but like, you guys should try it out. Like, the next one's in June. You got plenty of time to you know, plan for the day off. Yeah. And so I'll end things here. I'm just rambling now. You guys have a good night. Get home safely. And thanks for watching. See you in the next one.